Okay, can everybody hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me now. I just forgot to add a mic, that's all. Oh, look at that. That would have been a nice setup as well. Nice second entry long there. That's a shame, isn't it? You can hear me? Yeah, okay. Oh, it's a shame that. I'd have had a go at that, I think. Leg up. I like the way it trapped the bear bar there. Brilliant. Yeah, all it was is you can see I've just changed my background, made it a little bit more neater. And I did that over the weekend with OBS, but the one thing I forgot to add was the microphone. The bar is really big though. What is it actually? Is it? Well, what I'd have done, I'd have taken that on the engulfing there, because there was a lower high there. There's guaranteed going to be traders there. Like this, yeah. If you put it above there, that's a perfect place to take it. I think you trap the shorts, lower high after we've hit this 3 times. Hence the nice clean push up, cross over and push up again. Leg and a leg, leg and a leg. Let's have a look. So, yeah, so far so good. Yeah, it's a large bar, but if you take it on the engulfing, it's not as bad, I don't think. So if you take it there, and yeah, it's about 3 points. So yeah, it's a little large, but manageable. That. See what happens here now. See if we're going to get up to the top here. But yeah, 2 legs back, a leg. Once, twice, 3 times. After we've been up there 4 times and a bearish bar followed by a lower high, guarantee there's going to be some people trying to short that. When it clicked below, pushed above there. So if you'd have gone for 2 points, 1 tick above there, you'd have been out there relatively quickly once you broke through there. We still got room to these highs anyway, so looks like a leg and a leg to me. So whether we'll make that full push up or not, I don't know, but that will get us up to about here. See if we can get a second entry long. In fact, I'm going to get rid of that in a minute. Let's just remove it. Second entry long. Be nice to trap some shorts here again. How bearish is that? Not so bearish. See, we've had a break of this and we've had 2 pushes up to a new high, so I think you've got to be a bit careful now. Let me just see if there's something larger working there. May well be, actually. See what happens
Order
here.
submitted.
I like the way that's trapped there, so... Hey Kenan, how you doing? I think Ninja Trader main window is unwanted. Not sure what you mean there, but I'll have a look in a sec.
Order submitted.
Okay, it's a pretty small risk actually, so I kind of don't mind that. Oh, I think this may get me. Come on, push up. Just going to give this... I was going to give it 1 extra tick, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't mind 1 extra tick. There's the extra tick. See what happens.
Stop filled.
I thought it was worth actually second entry long. Let's have a look, make sure everything's closed. Yeah, that's, oh well. First trade, first loss. I like the way it was bouncing there, but oh well. So what did I lose there? 2 points. That's not too bad. It was quite a small risk, actually. Well, that wasn't a good start, was it? It was a second entry. Looked a bit early to... Yeah, I just thought leg up. Nice correction. 2 legs up back to the EMA. Start off a little channel up to the tops. Let's have a look. Got a leg and a leg. See what happens here. See if that starts to move. But yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Order submitted.
Okay, this thing's coming down, I think.
Order submitted.
Yeah, leg up. 2 legs back, 2 legs up, new high. So that's played out, I think. Let's give that one extra tick. Oh my god. What is going on here?
Order filled.
Flipping hell. Well, that's not a good start, is it? 2 legs up. Okay. 237 down. Christ. Well, that's not a good start. 2 losses. I actually thought that was okay. Going to trap some longs there. Clean up this. I thought that was going to push down nice and strong, to be fair. Break. 2 pushes up to a new high. Yeah, I'm all right, to be fair, mate. I'm okay. That's the thing about one contract. It's quite a small loss, isn't it? So it's nothing major. Request to withdraw. It doesn't show request pop-up window. If it doesn't show the request pop-up window, it probably means because you haven't had a... you're not ready for a payment yet, bud. Strong push-up. It's kind of rangy. Yeah, you may be right. 2 losses, but that's the thing about one contract. It's not much of a as a stinger, shall we say? So it's going to clean that up. That's what I was expecting to do, and get below there. So leg down, break, new low, trap in some longs. We got some no's, have we? Yeah, we haven't we? Good point. Excuse me a sec. Sorry about that. Right, let's have a look. So 2 pushes up. Yeah, shame about that one. I thought that was okay there. It might be a little bit sideways that way. Can you check on yours? Have all 10 days and more. Have all the 10 days and more than the minimum. I'm not sure what you mean there, bud. Yeah, it won't show on mine because I haven't done 10 days. Well, I've done 10 days, but I haven't hit a target. Hey, Lance, Johnny, they have issues with payout requests. Okay. There's some issues by the sounds of things, so... Pop in today. Have you changed the colours? Yeah, not here I haven't, but just generally I have, yeah, on the main chart, just to make it look a bit neater and a little bit more professional. So, what you mean this chart itself? Or just the whole thing, the whole setup? Because obviously I put a little bit of sort of green and blue there and just made it a little bit neater. Colours of your bars here. These I changed a couple of weeks ago, but the ones at the top up here I changed. I like the new look. Oh, good. Just makes it look a bit neater, doesn't it? The chart. Good. Excellent. Brilliant. So we have got that news. So a couple of mistakes there. 2 legs up, 2 legs back, small risk, but that one, it's a shame really because I had this sort of right in the way. It's a nice second entry failure and lower high, tick but stop date. Yeah, it's a little bit choppy there. I thought that was a better trade actually because we were trapping a few longs there maybe, and I was open to push through there and then possibly there. So, so we got a leg up. Channel up, 2 legs up to a new high, so I'm expecting down anyway, but trouble is it kind of it's rangy, isn't it? So you'd think there's certainly going to be some liquidity under there, isn't there? Almost took the trade as well. Some error. Yeah, I think just jumped in a little bit too over keen there, I think, initially. It is a second entry long and it sat right in there. It's quite a small risk and it was triggering that bar there, so I thought that was going to push up, but it wasn't meant to be. But I had the right sort of direction in mind. It's just that just tended to put up take me out first before it came down. He took the long, got eaten. Yeah. Is that not? Save as template. Why is it only giving me? Why is it only showing that? Okay. Come on, Nancy boy, what's going on here? Okay. Oh dear. What are you on, Speedy? What is it? What copy are you using, bud? Rhythmic Apex trade copy. Yeah, I got rid of it, mate. I did. Took a short. I'm up 2+ points on 3 accounts and opened a buy position on the 4th one. I'd complain to Apex, I would. I know a couple of people who've got their money back. I would. I'd make a complaint. You've got to try something. Yeah, it's absolutely annoying, isn't it? Lag and a lag with a bit of an overshoot. So you want to know what causes charts to lag? I'll move the mouse. Shoot. Oh, chart, it lags when I move the mouse. I'm not sure, bud, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. looks like a small break there, the new low. So there is a higher low there, but it's just too close to that news. It's a lower high there. I like that. Oh, shit.
Order submitted.
Christ, it moved down that bloody quick. This doesn't usually affect by the news, so... Oh, Christ, it moved that quick. Could be a disastrous day, this. Just like it is a leg and a leg, overshoot. Bearish bar, triggered above, dropped down. But the trouble is, by the time I hit the button, it dropped another chunk. What time is it?
Order filled.
I need to get out for that news, don't I? Oh, dear me. It's a bit of an odd start to the day. Just check. Let's just check there's no oil news today. Monday. No, there's no oil today. No oil news, thank God. Okay, news coming up in 4 minutes. Shame, really. Got a leg up. There is a second entry long there. There's some shorts trapped, I'd say. I wouldn't want to go short that far from the EMA, so I'd say that one more likely going to push up and trap these. Trouble is, we've got the news coming up in about 3 minutes, so could end up just going sideways, so... Thought that would work. It is a failure, actually, and you're trapping some shorts there. but it's too close to the news. Would that work for 2 points? Not quite. 2 points up here. But it will do, I think. Yeah, that's a shame. I'd have definitely taken that second entry long. Leg up, leg up. You at least expect to get up here. Going to be some shorts trap there after this, for sure. Typical. Get a set up right near the bloody news. Yeah, you do. I updated mine about a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, you've got to log in every time. It is a bit of a pain. It takes a little bit longer as well for the thing just to open. Shame about that one, because I may have held on to that one. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for using the older versions. I think they're probably a little bit better, a little bit less problematic, I think. You tend to think things improve, but I don't think they do. Okay, news is coming up in about 20 seconds, so... yeah, it doesn't seem to affect the oil for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, we can get rid of that now. Ah, dear. Uh, mm, mm. Trouble is, we've got a channel down there. Could have two pushes up and a new low, so I don't want to be going long here just yet. Although I think it's likely price is going to aim to get up here, but uh, bearish bar there. Let's see if that triggers traps. There you go, a bit sideways there. Mm. Leg and a leg. Mm. Leg, break, leg. So looking for a higher low off here, I'd say. Third touchdown here, depending on how it finishes. But I like the way we've had a leg with a break and a new leg. So looking for a higher low, not just going to take a bullish bar. But mm-mm. Well, this thing just doesn't want to stop, does it? Just wondering, because we've had this leg down here, a couple of pushes up, a little bit of sideways. Are we going to get another leg? Uh, and oh, Okay, so we've had a channel with a break, 1, 2 pushes down to a new low. When's this thing going to end? I mean, we've had this big leg down, haven't we? With a couple of legs, so we could get another, could get something a lot larger down there, really. Certainly could. £21 in 5 minutes. Yeah, sometimes it just goes, doesn't it? So channel with a break, it pushes down to a new low. Excuse me a sec. Just going to put this down there just in case it comes up to it. Leg and a leg would be nice. So we need a break and another leg. Hopefully. Okay, so nice channel with an overshoot. See what happens here. Interesting. Sorry about that. Okay. If we're doing something like this, I wonder. It's a big push down, really, isn't it? Like the way we've tested the bottom of this line, so if we can trap some longs here and then come down, see if we get some there. Ah, second entry long on the new highs. You just don't know what's going to happen when you get up to the bottom of here. Whether we're going to push up through or come back down. Could do anything, really. I mean, it's hard to know. We could have a massive tank down from this leg sideways down. It's just, you can't really tell at the moment, in all honesty. I'm a bit annoyed with myself jumping in there, a bit too premature. Sorry about that. Yeah, it could be a trap, this. There is a lower high there, but the trouble is, it could be a second entry long.
Order submitted. Order cancelled.
Stuck in a bit. Could come down, it could go up, it could do bloody anything really. I like the way we're sort of sitting on there, but I mean that is quite a strong move. There is a second entry long there. I think the fact that it's bouncing on there is probably okay. There's probably going to be some stops there, so it's probably going to work. There is a triple test there. Trouble is it's sitting on top of there, so I think that's maybe a bit of hit and miss whether it works or not. Leg and a leg. Bear trap probably, so maybe we are going to push up. I don't know. One, two, three. This may be the triple test. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look. See if this triggers. Leg and a leg. Excuse me just a second.
Order submitted.
Triple test there, failed breakout.
Order cancelled.
It's hit and miss, isn't it, whether this is going to come down or not, really. Just thinking what's more likely to be trapped. Starting to get a bearish feel for it, this is. I don't think there's anything we can take it from here, really. Maybe a spike and channel, but we've only really touched it once, haven't we? So you just don't know what it's going to do, really. It's a bit broad, that is, at the moment. Channel down with a break, see if we get a couple of touches. Come on, give us another push up. Come on, have another go. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? What I will say is there's a bearish feel to it. We've had a channel with a break in a new low. We've had a channel with a break in a new high. Gone a little bit sideways, dropped out. We've tried to test that bottom line a couple of times, and we've had sort of like another go. I was hoping we were going to get a couple of pushes up and then maybe get something down here, which we still may. Trouble is, sometimes it makes an attempt now and then just drops. Once it gets below here, it's kind of too late, really. But we've got to have a little push up again. And then we may have a leg and a leg, but it is a bit annoying. Come on, have a go. Push. Maybe there will be something like that. Who knows? Come on, push up. Bloody thing. So annoying. Excuse me just for a sec. I'm just going to take a quick minute bathroom break. Okay, leg and a leg. Let's have a look. It's going to be some shorts there. Tempted for that, but a break could have a couple of attempts and then come down, so I'm staying out of that one. So close to the top anyway, so it's just risky. Could be a second entry short triple test to come lower. Trouble is, I got stuck in one of those the other day and it continued on up. It's just hard to know where the hell it's going to go, in all fairness. Possible second entry short. It's definitely got a bearish feel to it. Trouble is, if there is something like this, it could come up a bit higher. As broken above there is a second entry short there, but it's a bit congested. But it does confirm this line. I'm not sure about that. Very tempting that was. It's a bit stacked here, so you've got to be careful going short there. It may work, it probably will. Trouble is, it could pop across above that. Lower high might be a better option. Thing is, after 2 legs down that bullish bar, I'm guessing there's going to be some protection there. You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? Voice. I'm here, mate. That's all. I'm here. Right, I was just thinking, that's all. I'm here. Yeah, I thought we'd get below there. Oh dear. Another typical day. Hard to read, choppy. Not sure what's going to happen. Unmute. Can everybody hear me? Someone saying no voice. You can hear me okay? Just someone else put, if they can, all good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, great. Brilliant, brilliant. Happy days. It's all right. I just went a bit quiet, that's all. I'm just thinking, actually. Definitely in a bigger channel here, I think. That's for certain. It's hard to know whether we've actually made a new low there. That's the problem. So that fits there. So there could be a small break there. That's the problem. We're bouncing off this area. Small break, 2 pushes down to a new low. Actually made a new low there, haven't we? So it'd be interesting to see whether this ends up bearish and trapping shorts, because that to me looks like a break. We've got a touch. Fits nice at the back end. It's just hard, isn't it? Hard to read again. Definitely a bearish feel to it. No argument there. It's a bit shallow at the moment, that. Come off the bottom, haven't we, see? So that to me looks like a channel with a break. 2 pushes down to a new low. We've broken the lows there. Let's have a look. That's interesting. It's possible. Have I analysed the big time frame? Oh, sorry, puppy. Sorry. It's hard to know what's going on, to be honest with you. We got this big leg down here, a couple of legs up, a little bit of sideways. We could come a lot further down. Trouble is, with price action, really, it's more the smaller stuff I'm looking for just to get a couple of points, really. So it's definitely a bearish feel to it. But we've had what looks like a break here, so it may trap some shorts here and push up. It's hard to say. 5,000. No, I haven't really. Well, I can see the 10,000 tick chart. Yeah. It looks like we're kind of still in a downtrend on that, depending on how you look at it. But we've actually made a new low here, so it's hard to say what the hell's going to go on. So I'm just sitting tight at the moment to like figure out what's going on. Yeah, it is a bit, mate. You're not wrong. Kind of a lower high there, trapping that long, but that looks like it may trap itself. So, it could still go up a bit more and come down. I don't know, really. It's hard to say. We could have a channel down, a couple of attempts to go higher and come down. I'm not really sure what I think at the moment. As you say, it's hard to follow today. That's trapped that long, so there's a failure there, but it's just congested. 1 minute it looks like it's got a bearish feel, and next minute. So it's just hard to say at the moment, but if I was to guess, I'd say we've had a break, pushed down to a new low, so I think it's likely we could have another leg up here, but you just don't know. Could trap some longs and down it comes. I just don't feel like I trust this ES at the moment. It's just, looks like it's just constantly out to try and trick you. will say there's probably going to be some stops above there, so I think it's likely we could at least break that eye. There's a higher low there. Bullish bar, higher low. So see if that bounces or it comes down, and we may get a couple of legs. It's hard to say. You don't know what this is going to do. It looks like a break. We've had a new low. It looks like 2 pushes there. It may try again. Who knows? But there's probably going to be maybe some short strap there. So if that pushes up bullish, we'll have a go at that. We'll see, because it's testing that line again, isn't it?
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay. Give this a whirl. We have had a break in a new low, so it's going to be some shorts in there, I dare say. So there's probably going to be some liquidity up there. So we'll see.
Order
Oh,
filled.
there we go. Did everything do what it's supposed to do? Why did I lose money there? Oh, no, I didn't lose money. Sorry, my mistake. It's all right, I'm down to $99. It worked beautifully, that. So, shit myself then. I just thought, why is this show minus? I'm just out for 100. Okay. Yeah, there was obviously some stops there. But not the best lower high, but definitely trapping some shorts there. So I thought that was a good trade. That was a nice failure. So quick 150. So at least that got some of it back anyway. So. So that was 3 points there, which certainly came in handy. So I'm going to have to work out while I'm down here. There is a second entry short there, but I think it's just gone a bit too high now to think about coming down. We'll see. Cheers, John. Thanks, mate. Needed it. It's nothing worse when you've had a couple of losses. To be fair, do you know what I think it is? Because I've gone down to one contract. It's just made me a little bit too, what's the word? A little bit too strict, I think is the word. Not strict, a little bit too, I would say careless, but maybe that's the word. It was such a small bar, so it was worth a go. And then when I saw that, I thought channel down. We've had a break, 2 pushes down, 2 pushes up, channel down, which is why I took that one. I had the right direction in mind. It was just a bit congested, and I think that's why it took me out and came down anyway. But so 2 legs up. Are we going to come down? I wouldn't be thinking about short just yet. I wouldn't be thinking about long either. I was tempted to put my stop, so profit a couple of more ticks up there, because I thought there's bound to be some shorts after this. A little channel, maybe break new high, and the way it had that little pop, obviously it ate through some stops. So I think it's identifying, if you can identify where people are trapped, and that's fitting there so nice. We've got to break at a new low, but push up, break, new high, bearish bar, and a strong push down. There's going to be some stops there for sure. So can you show your data series configuration? Certainly can, mate. There you go. I'll pop it there for you for a minute, right? Quick push up there. There was obviously some shorts, so I know there was, because I've seen a couple of charts on Thomas's forum that have gone short there. So yeah, we had a quick push up above there and up, and then snap back. They are, bud. So this downtrend, I think, is probably over. The trouble is, because it's still quite bearish, you never quite know if it's going to bump into an area up here and do something like that. Yeah, it's definitely going to be shorts, because there's going to be traders thinking, you know, I mean, if you move that like that, it actually doesn't look that bad. It fits just as nice with a break like that. Little channel with a break, bearish bar. There's going to be some there. And also there as well, lower high, thinking they've trapped some longs, and they got trapped and it pushed up. So it's identifying that, isn't it? I kind of feel bad, because in a strange way, because I kind of feel I'm taking advantage of inexperienced traders, but I suppose it's the circle of life, really, isn't it? I've been there getting trapped plenty of times myself, losing money, so you kind of feel bad for the people you're trapping, but it's kind of just how the game's played, isn't it? If we follow unclick break end of configuration, we will not stopped out on your second trade. Really? That one there. Yeah, it's hard to say, really, isn't it? Why did that not work? I think after this, we got 2 legs back from this. I was very tempted to take that. I wish I'd have done it now, because whenever you get a nice channel with 2 really nice legs, that almost always works. And then after the 2 pushes up, to me, I think I drew that and then did nice. So I'm thinking channel. But I think I've missed that swing of an ISO. Maybe what it is that with a break and a lower high, but we've already had a break and made a new low from here. So it may have been something like that. It may have been something that it's a bit congested, but I had that direction right. It's just got me for a few ticks and that. But, you know, every time something like that happens, you learn. And whenever you see something similar to that, something just triggers in your head and you think, I don't like this. I think that's what I find most of all. It's like a feeling you get. I thought I'd lost money there, to be fair, because it shot up and I'm thinking, why am I sitting minus? Obviously it's, you know, I was a little bit more minus that, wasn't I? But easy place my stop at the swing high. Yeah, I did that on, when did I lose that trade? I think it was Thursday. I did that, moved it up an extra 3 ticks to put it at the previous swing high. Now, occasionally you will see me move myself a tick. Now, I remember watching some of Mac's old videos, and he said at some of his videos he would move it 2 or 3 ticks in a lot of cases, and in some cases it works, but I can't remember the last time it did. And I think moving it a tick is okay, but I moved it 3 ticks, which is $75 times 10, so that was quite a sting. So I think I've realised, if I genuinely believe that 1 tick will make a difference, to do it. But if you think about it, if you save yourself $250, realistically, it's got to happen once in every 10 times to get your money back. I'm not convinced it does that anymore. So I think all in all, what I'm probably going to do is just put my stop 1 tick above the signal bar. Mac does that. Now, you would have thought over time that if Mac generally thought it was worth it, he would move it 1 tick. But I'm not saying you're doing things wrong, Dean. What I think you're doing is you're using your own initiative. I think you use Mac for the basics, and then when you get more experience, you have to use your noodle, don't you, and make a decision. And if you think it's worth doing, then I think you should do it. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. If we are coming down a lot of the times, and I'll say this quite a bit, if you've got quite a strong position, a lot of the times it'll flush down, but it won't take that position. It may take a couple of weaker ones further up the chain. But yeah, I mean, we got a channel up here. We got a clear break in the way of 2 nice legs down, 2 clear legs. It's very easy to read this, and then what happens? We start to come down. Now, there've been some longs trapped there, I know, because I was one of them, but I thought it was worth the risk, and it was probably because if I was trading 2 points, I may not have taken that one. So perhaps I just need to keep my strictness a little bit. So I got caught out there, and when I saw that starting to come down, I thought we're in a downtrend. Unfortunately, instead of waiting for the slightly better one, I jumped in there. But, you know, I think I lost 230. That split between 2. So it was a relatively small loss. And the beauty is, with 1 contract, I was down 230, something like that. 230, 35, something like that. But after 2 losses, it's not a large amount, and it doesn't concern me much. So I do like the fact that when you do have a loss, it doesn't have that same impact on you. So I think I've all I need to do is, it's like anything. If you're risking £1,000 or dollars, you're going to be very, very careful. If you're risking $10, it's you know, risk is relevant, isn't it, to how much you're going to win or lose. You know, if your life's on the line, you're going to sit here for 2 weeks before you've picked the perfect second entry. But I think because I've dropped down, I'm probably getting a little bit over keen, I think, in my trades, because I can't remember the last time I took 2 trades like that quick. And I put that down to moving down. So all I need to do is just be a little bit more careful, that's all. I'm still pleased with the decision, because obviously those 2 trades, not that I would have taken them on 2 contracts, but if I had, that would have been $500 down. But it's nice to know that if I do have a bad day and lose 2 trades, I'm only losing $250 per account, which is a relatively small amount when I'm used to losing that and plus a bit sometimes with 1 loss on 2 contracts. But that one I liked. There'd have been lots of times I'd have been trapped in something like that, but I think we got such nice touches there, and that's 2 kind of pushes that. I think you have, luckily, if you can spot that. See, I saw that, and we made a new low. So whatever channel's in play here, it's played out. but that's the most obvious one. We've got a brake and a push down, then we're pushing up. We can see there's going to be some short trap there. You can just tell there is, and there as well, lower high, thinking, yeah, we've trapped the longs. I'd even looked at it myself, but I just had to keep that in mind and that in mind, and the more sensible option was to go long, and there was a nice failure. And you pretty much know you're gonna trap some longs there. So it's just how far this thing's gonna go. That's the trouble. Change from yeah, mate. To be fair, I remember a while back, maybe 6 months ago. I wasn't as good a trader. I was like, you're constantly improving. Someone said to me, look, you seem to be doubting a lot of your trades and thinking, what would Mac think? What would Mac do this? And he said to me, I think you need to think, what does Lance think, and make the decision based on you. You know, when we learn to drive, you know, if you guys can remember back when you learned to drive, we learn to drive a certain way, don't we? I know in the UK, you know, you can't jump up and down your gears, you know, from fourth to second or something. You can't cross your arms with a steering wheel. There are certain rules, and you learn a certain way, don't you? And then when you've learned, you go out there and you find your own natural rhythm. And, you know, there's such a variation in trading. I mean, you've only got to talk about risk, and there's a massive scale. Some people are more risk averse, some people aren't. Some people, you know, want to take 1 or 2 trades a day and make them count. Other people, you know, I'm happy to take 3 or 4 trades a day and maybe lose one, because, you know, there's so many ways to make money. But I think you're right. You need to find what you feel best doing. You know, just because Mac doesn't teach it, you know, if you've got a few years experience down there, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Because, you know, we sit on these charts day by day, and we tend to see what's likely going to happen, and you get much better at it. So you've definitely got to learn the basics from Mac, and then find your own style. Mac actually told that me in an email. He said, it's because I said I was looking at Bookmap and I was looking at this, and he said, I've tried and tested this so many times, but it's perfectly natural for a trader, a new trader, to look to discover new things. It's perfectly normal, so don't fight it. You'll find your own natural style of doing things. It's perfectly fine to do. Because I am quite, what's the word? Hold back on the comments. I am quite indecisive sometimes, but I don't want to try and get things wrong, so I want to explore as much as I can. You know, if you travel to one holiday destination, doesn't mean you're a traveller or a consistent tourist, but if you travel to many different places, you can consider yourself as well travelled. So it's good to broaden your horizons, to open your eyes and look in, you know, both directions. And I think that's part of life, isn't it? It's finding your own sort of natural rhythm in the way of doing things. Do you know, I have a feeling we're going to come down here, continue down. Every time we push up, we come down again. We've had a couple of legs up, and this to me looks like it's going to work down. I don't know, it's just kind of looks right, or... Politics in this country has just got a little bit more exciting. I don't think I've ever enjoyed politics as much, to be honest with you, at the moment. There's some strange stuff happening. You tend to think in a Western society you don't have election tampering. But it just seems like you do. Apparently Channel 4, which is, I don't know if anybody, US guys know Channel 4, apparently filmed a so-called actor campaigning for Reform UK, and started basically some racist slurs. There was, now, why you would campaign as a smart gentleman in a suit and start swearing about racist people. It just doesn't make sense. You wouldn't walk around the streets and talk to people like that, because sooner or later you're going to meet someone who's going to take a swing for you. It's just not the done thing. And apparently it's, I don't know, it's a big setup and all this sort of stuff. And apparently the BBC are very biased and all that sort of stuff. It's quite exciting to see it all. I do know we need a bit of a change in this country. The way things have been done in the past is just, it's that much money been wasted and squandered and so on and so forth. But it is quite getting exciting. No, you guys, our elections is, it's actually 4th of July, the general election in the UK, which is useful for us. You guys are on a holiday, so no trading. I'm not sure what Friday is going to be like. I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit quieter. So let's mark some of this up. So we've got a failed second entry short. And that was for 3 points. So plus 3 points. Four. So that was 2 points, wasn't it? 33, 4, 5. And that was 2 3/4. Is that right? 2 3/4 and 2. 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 2 3/4 and 2. Yeah. A little bit too excited there. I'll put that down to. That's fine. I've got no problem. I can live with that sort of stuff. It's sort of a learning curve. I tend to take value out of them now instead of getting frustrated with them. Kanan, are you going to trade on Wednesday and Thursday? Thursday is, I don't believe there's any trading on Thursday because it's Independence Day, so I doubt very much there'll be any trading. And if there is, volume will just be naff. So I won't be trading Thursday. Friday, yeah, I'll turn up Friday. If it's quiet, I'll finish early. We may just turn up and have a chat or something. But I dare say if it's Independence Day, probably a lot of you US guys are going to be suffering with a hangover anyway. So, but yeah, Wednesday is normal. Where are we today? It's Tuesday today, isn't it? Oh no, it's Monday day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no training Thursday and Friday. I'll turn up Friday, yeah, absolutely. But if it's quiet, we'll just knock it on the head after a bit. So yeah, I will be here. Okay, so maybe this is looking like a range to me. And what I will say, it's almost looking like a little range there and a little range here, I think. So interested to see where this goes to. But it's like a sideways, big drop, push up sideways. So maybe something like that. We'll have to see. So what do you guys usually do on Independence Day? Do you just sort of get drunk and go mad or what? Excuse me, just a second. Sky TV. That you can pull. Can you pull your data series? So I can see your color. Yeah, I can do that for you, mate. Is it in there? Is it? Yes, there you go. Yes, red dot. I just wanted something a bit different. That I find that the trouble is when you're staring at a chart all day long, I find that green just niggles me a little bit. Yeah, it niggles me a bit. This is just a little bit more subtle, isn't it? There you go. You good, mate? You're good, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Kane is wrote it anyway, so you'll be good. There we go. If you need it again, just give me a yell. So we got a channel there with a break. You're welcome, mate. You got a channel with a break. Yeah, it's just a little bit more subtle, this, isn't it, than that bright green. It does my head in a little bit, that. I have even tried black. I've gone backwards and forwards to black. But I just can't get used to it. I like the fact I like certain screens. See, if you look at the Discord there, it's a nice color. It's a nice subtle color. And same with other bits of software. My YouTube, I've got it that way, but I can't seem to get used to it. As my trading screen, it just doesn't look as clearer to me. Sometimes when I look at other people's charts, it does, but for some reason, when I put it up, it doesn't quite do the same. But I am going to upgrade one of my monitors in the next week or so. I'm just browsing at the moment. I want a 4K monitor. The one I've got is an MSI, the larger one, the 27-inch one, but there is a 28-inch, what is it, TUF, FF, 4K one, so I just want it a bit clearer. Well, that thing's just going and going, isn't it? There's a spike and channel there. Yeah, let's put it from there. So see what happens when we get up here. Fact. Maybe a little spike in the channel there. Yeah, I like that. Fits nice at the top. Got a touch there. Touch, 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 touch. Looks good to me, I think. So see what happens when we get up here. So if we can get a couple of legs down here, I may be interested in taking a trade here. I'll at least expect it to get to there. I'm just checking it's not bouncing off anywhere there. I don't think it is. Well, that CL is just taking off, isn't it? Yeah, Marco took that trade. He just messaged me. I always like to know if he takes a trade. Just makes me feel like I still lack a bit of confidence, to be honest with you. I do. I still like to make sure other people take them. I'm not the only one. So that's fitting really nice up there. So that's good. Fitting lovely there. If we can get 2 legs down here, we've still got some space at the top. This is zigzagging nice, so there's no reason why we really need a break, I don't think. So if we can get a nice couple of legs down, we may get another offer. Would be nice. Did you hear about the Apex payouts not working for a lot of people? Yeah, somebody mentioned something earlier. Where's the comment? Yeah, I ain't got a payout coming for a bit yet, mate. My accounts are going up slowly at the moment, so hopefully by that time. Just wondering, sometimes these companies can sort of be doomed by their own success, really, can't they? If they've got that many people. And they're on about, if you remember that video that Daryl made, they're on about making payouts at any time. The trouble is, that's going to make them even more busy. They do seem to be getting a lot of problems lately. It's a shame, really. I think Apex did themselves a bit of damage with these rules. I think, I mean, as a company, you do these things and you learn from them, don't you? But I think it would have been better. They would have had less of a backlash if they said, okay, from the first of the next month, we'll be monitoring trades, and we'll, if you break any rules, the money can be held to the following month or something like that. But so what with that and the bit of a backlash they had from some of the YouTubers, which I think was a bit unfair, because I know they don't police the rules, but thinking about it logically, if you're breaking the rules and they happen to police them at some point, you kind of get stung. But so I understand with the people who are expecting money as well. It would have been nice for them to say. So I see it from both sides. And then all of these problems with Rhythmic and now this thing, they're certainly having a month of it, aren't they? A tough month, but that's business for you, isn't it? It's not all champagne and Skittles, is it? You know what I mean? Things go wrong from time to time. But what I'm considering, as well as my Apex accounts, I'm considering doing a top step one, purely and simply because I was chatting with someone the other day, and I said I kind of, the trouble is I've got everything with Apex, and I think sometimes it's good to have a couple of irons in the fire, isn't it, rather than having all your eggs in one basket. So what I'm probably going to do is maybe pick up one or two just from someone else. Not that I'm moving anywhere else. You know, I'm happy with Apex at the moment. I've never been screwed around by them so far, touch wood. But I think it's useful to to sample a few of the other businesses out there, and maybe have a couple of accounts here or there as well. It all helps, doesn't it? But it is frustrating. I've always said this from a young age. Not talking about just Apex, just talking about work in general. You should never mess a guy around with his wages, because he's got bills that need paying on time. He's got a mortgage that need paying on time. He's got to fuel his car and feed his kids and stuff like that. So I've never been a fan of companies. Now, I used to work for a company, and occasionally they get your wages wrong. They'd miss something, and they go, "Oh, we'll give you it next month." And I used to moan like hell and think, why should I? If you paid me too much, you'd be damn well, demanding it back. So I'm not a fan of messing people around with their money, and I know things go wrong sometimes. But I get it's frustrating for people. People rely on this money. They may have PA accounts to buy, so it's just one of those things, really. It's just I think Apex is just having a rotten time of it at the moment. I think they're just as stressed as everybody else, really. Everyone on YouTube says Apex was a scam. Fast track. Yeah, I don't think they're a scam. I wouldn't be with them if they were a scam. I think now, looking at it from two sides, a business, you start a business purely and simply to make money. Now, you have to have customers, obviously. It works both ways. So they do tend to promote very cheap evaluations, which in turn promote risk taking. And then all of a sudden, then they say, we don't want risk takers or gamblers, we want what's it. So it's kind of a little bit hypocritical in a way, isn't it? If you've given people very cheap evaluations and they've got into the habit of taking risk after risk after risk, it kind of gets a bit embedded into you as a newer trader. So these prop firms, for the most, aim their business at newer traders. So I think you need to say, well, if you're giving traders the opportunity to take risk and you're teaching them bad habits, and then all of a sudden you're saying you can't do this, you can't do that, I think you have to, it's working now, is it, the pays? Oh, good on you, mate, good on you. Yeah, I think you have to be a bit fair and say, well, hold on a minute, you've got to give people a bit of grace here. If our partner's just showing it on his iPad. Was he? I got you. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you can't promote fast risk-taking evaluations and then start to say, so you've got to be careful how you word these things. But, you've got to remember, Apex are a business and they're out to make money. And you've got to keep that in mind. Ultimately, they're going to be thinking of themselves first, and rightly so as a business. You've got to think about yourselves. Obviously, you've got to keep your customers happy, otherwise you're not going to have any. There is a higher low there, but to be fair, it's a little bit far. We could get a push up and another leg back here. Could even get a bit of a break. We are finding a little bit of support there, so I'm just not taking anything here. It's not triggered anyway, but it's just losing a little bit of momentum, so I'm just not getting involved in it. We're close to these tops, to be fair, so it may push up, but I'm just sitting tight at the moment, but we'll see. Another trigger anyway, so leg and a leg. So Possible second entry long. I wouldn't take that. I would be waiting for maybe a higher low. Confirmed on Discord group, is it? So, yeah, it is useful to have that, isn't it? Have the Apex Discord, so at least if something's not right, you can quickly whip over to there and get a little bit of help. Oh, that's so tempting. That is. That's so tempting. Trouble is, it's a sudden big bar, isn't it? 2 legs back. It's a big ass bar, that is. $12 ticks. It's too rich for my blood on that one at the moment. See if it maybe gets us in on a limit order. I like the way it's triggered that big bearish bar. The trouble is we've had 1, 2, 3 attempts to push higher in and then a quick drop, so see if we can get a higher low. I think there's a good chance of getting up there. There's definitely going to be some liquidity up there, for no argument, and I'd say above there as well. So I think that'd be likely to push above here.
Order submitted.
I'm going to take this on a limit order. Just go for that, I think. It is 2 nice legs back. Struggling a bit, isn't it?
Order filled.
Oh, I wanted to just get out there before the tops, and I'm back in the green just by smallest of margins. So I'm quite happy about that. I don't care that it's going to pop up there. I'm quite happy about that. That was a quick $100, I think, was it 100? 2 points. And I got it on a limit order as well, which made it less of a sting. Let's have a look. 19, 20, 21. Oh, it's 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 19, 20, 21. 2 1/4. That'll do me. Thank you, Kev. Appreciate that, mate. May go a bit higher, but it is nice. It's 2 nice legs back, and we definitely getting some support there. But I just don't want to hang around. It's just nice to get you back in the green. You chickened out that one. Do you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll show you quickly. Thomas Wade put his thing up there, and he said got a bad signal bar, so he's going to wait for the higher low. That was his signal bar. I got a good signal bar, so that's another reason. My signal bar was nice, so that's another reason why I jumped in. I thought it's going to come back. I got it. Oh, did I get in a little bit early? Didn't I? Yeah. So I got on probably 3 ticks. So look. So I got in there, and I got in quite a bit actually. I had 5 ticks back. In fact, probably a bit more actually. So look. So there I got in. Yeah. Oh, 6 ticks earlier. Is that right? Yeah, about 6 ticks. I got in earlier, so it's worth it. It's worth it. So that would have, yeah. I'm just happy to be back in the green, to be honest with you. So if it gets above there, 1, 2, 3, it has done so. I expect it to break. I think it's likely it's going to get there, but it is 2 nice legs down. But yeah, I think it's an okay setup, to be fair. And I think there's a few people on the forum that took it. And a couple said I didn't get a good signal bar. So the way it's pushing up, it's a good setup. It is a second entry long, and we got a leg up with a break new high, 2 attempts to go lower. So I think we're going to get a leg. It's almost like a what's the word? A penguin style setup. Leg up, 2 attempts to go lower, and then off. But the trouble is, it's also a little bit sideways. So I'd expect it to maybe trigger that short and then push up some more. But I'm in and I'm out anyway. That's the good thing about getting in on a limit order. I don't often do it, but the trouble is with limit orders, getting further back, it worries me that if I'm on a good setup, sometimes they just rock it up and they don't give you a chance to get in. But under the circumstances then, if it's a big enough bar, I'm going to hold back. And it was... See, I got in, I saved 6 ticks, but if you went in a tick above it and a tick below, yeah, that's it. It was a 12 tick bar, and I'm risking $175, but getting in sort of 5 ticks, a point and a half back, I'm risking $100, so I got a little over 1-to-1 there, so I think it's a much better option to do that if you can, especially if you're not sure with the size of the bar. But yeah, to be honest with you, mate, I think if I'd have been trading 2 contracts, I might have chickened out. But I think it was an okay setup. It is a second entry long. I've got no doubt Mac will mark it. I mean, it's clearly off the key entry point, isn't it? And it's clearly a push up. Little break new high, clearly 2 legs back, and then off we go. It's going to break that in a minute, and then quite likely at this area. So if I'd have, if I'd have had maybe $5,000 in each of my accounts sitting there nice, I'd hold on for this and put it maybe sort of here, because you can pretty much work out where it's likely to go. Let's see if it goes there. I'd have put mine around about there. A little bit higher. I like to get out around about those tops there. I'm not worried about that one, but I got in about 6 ticks early, which was about here, so that would have given me 4 3/4 points. So let's see if I'd have held that, let's see if it would have worked. It makes sense. It's clearly working off there, so but that would have given me a nice chunk there. So it's a second entry long. It's 2 1/4 points, wasn't it? Plus 2.25 points. See, so straight away, I'd have never waited for 2.25 points trading 2 contracts. Half the time I was getting out for a point. So I'm probably actually going to make more money here doing it this way. I mean, look at that. That would have been 5 points if it wasn't for that little bit of excitement there. I'd have been up 5 1/4 points for the day, and the last time I was up 5 1/4 points was like months and months ago. So that's where I'd have put that. I expect it to get to the top, but I like to try and get out. But Let's just see if that one would have worked. It's holding there nice, so I think it's going to push up. There's going to be liquidity there, isn't there? Oh, shit. Oh, look at that. There's still something open there. It's been doing that a lot lately. There's nothing open there, so I'm just going to shut this down and see if this... Can you see that? Now, if I right-click that, it'll open an order. So what I'm going to do quickly is just disconnect NinjaTrader and then reconnect it and see if that clears it. It's been doing that a lot lately. I was chatting with a couple of people over the last few days, just figuring out how that happens and why it happens. I might have to re-shut down NinjaTrader, but as long as it's closed in here and there's nothing live here, it's more important. Let's see if that order's still there. Okay, the order's gone now, so yeah, it is one of those. So if you ever get that, the important bit is to have the rhythmic positions, and it doesn't matter what NinjaTrader's doing. Those rhythmic positions are the be-all and end-all. And I'm quite glad it's happened again, because if it had happened in a week or two or three, I might have forgotten it. But the fact that everything's here and not loaded, if I'd have right-clicked it and clicked close, it did it the other day. It opened a buy order in a couple of them, and I lost a little bit. Well, actually, I made a bit because it went in my favour a bit. But so if you ever do get that, make sure these. This is the important bit. If you get anything in the positions still open, don't close it, because it can open an order. Just you know, disconnect NinjaTrader and reconnect it, and it'll disappear like it has done. So I'm quite glad that's happened to you again today. Yeah. I was chatting with a couple of people. Tony, a guy called Tony, messaged me, and he said it as well. So I'd also put a couple of posts on some of the Facebook groups, and people said, yeah, just to do that, just to close it. I don't want to close it because it takes ages to reboot it, but just disconnect it, and it got rid of that position. So it is apparently a glitch in NinjaTrader. So if you ever get that, check first and foremost there's no live orders in rhythmic. That's the most important thing. And then just disconnect it. Don't close any, you know, don't right click and close any, just disconnect it, and you'll be okay. So I'm quite glad it's happened in a couple of days in a row, because it's forced me to remember it again. So we did have a bit of a pullback here, but I wasn't concerned with that anyway. Oh, this has jumped out of position, but it's a strong position, that, so I don't expect it. That triggered that one there. There's a weak position, so it came down, stopped that out, but left that one alone. So I'd be pretty confident now we're going to hit that target if I'd have left it. Which version of NinjaTrader I'm on? I'm on... I didn't upgrade the last couple of days, but I was on the previous one. Let me just, how do I find out? About, let's see if I can figure it out. Yeah, 8.1.3.0. 8.1.3.0. So, yeah, there you go. So that would have worked. So it was fitting that nice, and it made sense it continued on that. So if I'd have held that, I'd have got 4.75 points there. So if you're confident enough where it's going, it's worth holding on. Excuse me a second. Okay, so a lot of people had issues today with orders. 8 losses, some orders not closing. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that's happened actually, because it's if it happens a couple of times, you tend to remember it a little bit more. But ultimately, always have your. The important bit is this: it doesn't so matter. It doesn't really matter too much what Ninja Trader's doing, especially when you're on either an eval or a PA with Rhythmic. This is the important bit, that there's no live trade. So always make sure you got your positions tabs in your eye line. I have mine on my screen and it's recorded. So if there's any issues, in fact, a guy called Tony, I think he's from the UK actually, he watched back and told me what he thought happened. And then I confirmed it with a few other people. So, you know, I can't stress enough. Download OBS, it's free, and record your chart. That way, if you get any issues, you can look back at it for your own peace of mind. You know, you can figure out what went wrong, and then you've got a little bit of weight behind you then, so that you can, you know, throw it Apex. Okay, folks, I am just going to take a quick 5-minute break. Sorry. Stretch my legs, make a quick cup of tea, and I will be back 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, are we still in this? Yeah, I think we can say that, can't we? Actually, no, we could maybe a bit of a break there, we'll see. So that to me looks like a small break. That was small enough to create that reversal. So I'm going to call that as well. It's fitting that nice. There. I'm going to assume that's a break with a push up with a new high. So leg up and a leg up. So I think that's highly likely. Let's see. Oh, wow, right to the top there again. So maybe it's not. Who knows? Trouble is, if I pull that down, it kind of still fits. So maybe it's not a break. I think it's negligible, to be honest with you. It fits just as good there, in all honesty. So maybe it's not. And the fact it's gone right to the top, I think it's a good thing. First of July. Really, it's gone so quick since Christmas. It really has. And I keep saying it. Rodian, how you doing? You still on holiday? Still in Brazil, are you? Guessing you probably are, aren't you? Good seeing the green today. Well, I wasn't. I've dropped down to one contract, and I just took two. I jumped in a little bit too over keen, I think. There was a second entry long off that key entry point. It was just quite a small risk, actually. Although it was 2 points, it seemed quite small, and it stung me. And then I realised, break 2 legs down, 2 legs up. Perhaps we're not going to revisit this, and it looked like it was a downtrend, so I took that one, and it stung me again. I think what's happened, because I've dropped down to one contract, it's just I've relaxed a little bit and I'm not quite so scared to take a trade. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But having said that, there was two nice setups there. A lovely failure there, trapping some shorts, and same again. So two nice trades. So if I'd have left those, I'd have been up 5 points on, which is would have been good for me. So I'm quite comfortable with holding on for the 2 to 3 points. In which case, most trades, it's very few that don't make 3 points. Very few. So where I was using 2 contracts and getting out half the time for a point, making $100, now I've reduced my risk by half. I'm actually taking, in some cases, more than double. So it's definitely a better move. So yeah, I was going to hold on to the top there, but I got in on a limit order, so I was quite happy to just get back in the green. But yeah, it did continue on up. It is frustrating though when you jump in a trade there and then it pushes up for another, what's that, 20 points or whatever it was. Yeah, not far off. If only if we knew. It's just so nice not to have to pay Apex any money now for a month. I've never had a month since I started that I wasn't paying them something. Trying to trade. My son is watching the Euro highlights England match. I think they scored in the last 30 seconds, didn't they? And then scored again in extra time. That doesn't often happen. Especially with such a great goal as well, overhead kick. I don't follow football like I used to. I watch England, but I'm more of a cricket guy, I am. It's just less troubling cricket. But yeah, it was one hell of a goal. Yeah, they did well, actually, and then scored an extra time as well. Excuse me just a sec. Okay, so where are we going now? Of course, being a cricket guy, you're probably concentrating just fine, yeah. I sit here for 8 hours on end day after day. Yeah, if you watch a test match, I think it's the longest sporting event, isn't it, for one team, potentially 5 full days of 8 hours of cricket, yeah. You got to concentrate a bit, haven't you? But yeah, we got taken out by India. And then India went ahead and won it. They are a good team, India, I've got to say. They got some great players. They are a gift. I mean, there's a cricket outfit. some of you guys probably don't know, there's a cricketer, an Indian cricketer called Sachin Tendulkar. He's retired now, but I read his book, and he used to walk 5 miles a day in bare feet to play cricket. It's incredible. I love reading stories about where people come from a place where they got nothing, including no shoes, and they end up being one of the richest cricketers in the world. Great book. I got a signed copy of that. Love reading stuff like that. And the Indian people, fantastic. They're absolutely cricket crazy. They're absolutely nuts about it. I'd love to go to India, actually. Definitely, at some point. It's just the rawness of it. What is going on this CL? It's not giving us much, this CL today, is it? Edward, how you doing, my friend? It's like Seven. It certainly is. I've heard that name for a few years. I don't generally follow golf. I have played it in the past. Not much. For me, golf was just about whacking the ball as hard as you possibly can. But okay, in my country, yeah. Cricket, yeah. I do love cricket, I've got to say. I love the fact if you lose very slowly, so you kind of get used to it. Whereas football, well, with the England game the other night, you can be up and in the lead 1 minute, and so it's much more of an emotional game, and I just can't be doing the stress of it. But yeah, Sevi, Nick Faldo, all them. There's a few names there, but it's just something about cricket. Just sitting in the sun all day long and sipping a few beers without trouble. It's just nice. And you get a lot of the top players and that walking around and chatting with people. It's a nice atmosphere. Yeah, the Indian people are absolutely cricket nuts. I love that though. I love the passion there. But they do very well in cricket. It's the national sport, isn't it? I suppose. But US guys haven't quite grasped it yet. I think they've got a US team, and they actually did pretty well in the Cricket World Cup. But I think most of them were, I think, from India or other parts of sort of Asia or the Middle East. I think it was only a couple of white guys, sort of what you would, so I think it's probably people from cricket, maybe born at other countries from cricketing nations and come over. But they did well, actually, the US. Six over at the final, cause the stress on it. Yeah, they did well, India, actually. But yeah, I know what you mean. And also South Africa's a place I want to go to. I'll do it at some point. Australia is where I want to go to watch the Ashes for 6 weeks. And India as well, for sure, yeah. And South Africa, sitting in Newlands Stadium overlooking Table Mountains, just spectacular. The thing I love about the Indian people is they just want to feed you. And I love that. I used to work with I was a bricklayer years ago. I used to work with we had some Indian labourers, and every time at dinner they'd bring samosas and all that. Really lovely, friendly people. But yeah, absolute cricket nuts they are. So this looks like a bit of an overshoot, but it is clumping together. Is it acting like an overshoot maybe, and a push higher? Trouble is I'm coming to the end of my trading day, so the last thing I want to do now is, after such a good recovery, end up down. So are we going to get up here? I think it's certainly feasible, but maybe not without a couple of pushes and maybe retesting something here. We could. I'd expect a big. If it is an overshoot, I'd expect a bigger correction. Maybe down here and down here, but I suppose you could tweak that a little bit. You could tweak it a bit and do it more like that. But trouble is, once you start adjusting things, if you've not got it right, it affects how you're trading. So I'm just going to leave that there for now. It's fitting that nice. I have to assume it's an overshoot, but trouble is, it's that close to this tops now. You don't know whether it's just going to continue on up, but I would expect a quite a strong pullback down here. Let's see. Really nothing on the CL today. Market opened about here, nothing. Trouble is, while we're working up, you can't really take that one. Anything's. I mean, we don't come back to the emitter here. There is a higher low there, but we're a little bit off this bottom and down here, so that one for me was a little bit risky. And then the next sort of higher low, we're up here too far away, and then it just goes as a break. There's nothing you can do here. Nothing here, because we've had a break in a new high, so there's nothing you can take here. So this is, you know, I tend to have quite a bit of success with this, but in all fairness, those two trades I think are up there with really good solid trades. We don't seem to see a lot of them anymore, but I really like that one, and it's always nice to get into a trade and you know you've trapped traders and woof, it pushes up like that and you get that instant sort of response. And it's lovely to be in and out of a trade. In fact, it went that quick, I couldn't even figure out what the hell happened. And same with that one, two nice legs back. I like the way it's triggered that short there. We still got room to the highs here. So, you know, in one channel like that, two really nice setups. We don't seem to often get anymore. So we've had this overshoot. A little pull back at a new high. Are we going to trap some longs here and pull down? I think that's feasible. Overshoot followed by a new high. Okay, folks, I think I am done for the day. It's getting a bit choppy. It may work that one, but it's a little bit sideways. I don't know. It's hard to say. So I'm not taking anything just yet here. As tempting as it is, but there is some support along there. So we could trap the shorts and end up dropping a little bit and giving a long. So there is a little bit of support that it's bouncing off. So I'm just staying out of this at the moment. So I am done for the day. I've coming up to 3 hours. So 4 trades today. That's quite a lot for me. I've taken 4 trades in months. I think 3 was the one I took a couple of months ago. But so, you know, I try and sum my day up. So, you know, great ending to the day. Rocky start to the day. Got a little bit too excited there. Second entry long. I'm thinking coming up to here, but obviously with the lovely looking channel, with a nice break, 2 nice legs up, 2 legs up. It's clearly played out. But yeah, second entry long, small risk. You just don't know whether it's going to try and push up just to these tops. And then I realised it's more of a downtrend, so I jumped in there, trying to be a bit smart, I think, and ended up getting trapped. I got the direction right, but just the timing a little bit wrong. But hey, it happens. Moving from 2 to 1 contract, there's a little bit of difference in the psychology. Certainly a lot less stressful, but sometimes that can kind of go against you. You can be a little bit too overconfident, so that's fine. Every day's a school day, and that's my lesson for the day. We know the market likes to move in twos. We've got a channel up there, 2 legs back, 2 legs up to a new high. So I should have just left this. And in all fairness, it is a little bit congested. But as I say, because of the sort of the decrease in stress, probably got me a little bit impremature, but that's fine. But the good thing about 2 losses, and you're still down 230, so it's not a massive amount. That one trade I took on Thursday, I was down $330 off one trade. So that's okay. So good recovery there. Nice setup there. Worked really well. After this down here, you're going to trap shorts. There's going to be some there, and there's going to be some there. And the way that shot up there and let them up. Love trades like that work quick. But look at the profit I got in for. In an ideal world, I'd love to take 3 points. And it worked really quick, that one, because it's very few trades, good setups that don't go for 3 points. But, I'd have been out on a point with that one, panicking, if I'd have traded 2 contracts. And same again. So just by reducing my risk is actually making me more money. Those 2 amounts I've made on that one contract are more than I've made on any of the trades that I've been in the last couple of weeks. Because I've had those nerves trading a little bit too much. So, good recovery. So that's my lesson for the day. Sit back a little bit, take your time and not get a little bit too excited. So there is an overshoot here, and we've tried to go up 3 times. So that might not be a bad setup. But then you could have said that off there, but it looks like it might be going up. But that's me done for the day anyway. So if you're carrying on trading, best of luck. You get a setup. It's not a bad day today. It is moving and it's flowing and it is giving you opportunities, which is quite refreshing, to be honest with you, because it's been hard lately, very hard lately, and a bit frustrating. So best of luck. Have a great evening. Stay safe. And I will be back tomorrow. Don't forget, no trading Thursday. Friday might be a little bit iffy. We'll see. So have a great evening, and I will be back same time tomorrow. Bye for now.